Tigers roll into Marion with hopes of spoiling homecoming tonight at Pleasant. It's Friday night football, MOAC style, next on the OH Report.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Good evening and welcome to Pleasant High School, where the Spartans are celebrating homecoming as they match up against the visiting Galion Tigers. I'm Mark Bollinger along with my partner Josh Banks in a crucial matchup for the Galion Tigers, 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the MOAC, and they're trying to stay right on the heels of the Shelby Whippets.
Yeah, they're trying to stay right on the heels of Shelby. They already played one of the big four in Ontario, knocking them off 7-0. A win tonight sets up a matchup, I want to say week 9, between Galion and Clearport. That'll be essentially, depending on what happens between Shelby and Clearport tonight, a second-place contest. I think you and I both feel if Shelby knocks off Clearport tonight, they're going to run the table and go 10-0. Anything can happen, though. This is a massive game for Galion. But, Mark, Pleasant's looking for their first MOAC win of the year.
Absolutely, and this is a Spartan program that's had a little bit of chaos, some adversity thrown at them. They've went through a coaching change. Now Steve Ringer has taken over at the helm, and they are looking to improve on a 1-5 record overall and 0-3 in the MOAC. But we're going to start with the visitors, the team that we talked about that currently 5-1 overall, third place in Region 14 in Division 4, the Galion Tigers under head coach Matt Dick.
Yeah, and you see it on your thing. They're averaging 33 points a game, and Mark, defensively, they're only allowing 10 points a game. They allowed 45 to one of the best offenses in the state in Shelby. Other than that, they're shutting teams out left and right, and they're putting up points to go along with it.
Well, they have been impressive throughout this beginning of 2025. But again, they go on the road to take on a Pleasant football team that beat them here 2 years ago. And so the Tigers are looking to avenge that loss and keep pace in Region 14 and in the MOAC. Our spotlight tonight is one of the sophomores, Kurt Hay.
Yeah, Kurt, one of those dynamic playmakers offensively and defensively. He's got almost 100 yards rushing to go along with 3 touchdowns, and he's got 157 yards from his wide receiver position and 2 touchdowns. And he also does it on the defensive side, as he's one of the top 5 on the team in tackles with 23.
So for the Galion Tigers, they're looking to come in here on the road and get a big victory tonight here in southern Marion County as we flip the script and we look at the homestanding Pleasant Spartans. Spartans tonight playing in front of homecoming queen Reese Hunt and her homecoming court. As we said, now under head coach Steve Ringer, 1-5 overall, 0-3 in the MOAC. And the Spartans have struggled a little bit on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, they only average 11 points a game. They allow 24. And then offensively, they don't even average 200 yards a game, Mark. And when you're averaging 198 yards a game and you're giving up almost 310, it's not going to be a very successful season.
But you will say this about the Spartans. They have looked adversity in the face, and they have battled. Give all the credit in the world to this club. They played at River Valley Squad on the road really tough, and then last week put together a really good performance against Ontario.
A phenomenal game against the Warriors last week.
Yeah, and one of the guys that's going to be the key to that is another sophomore, our guy, number 15, Weston Schaefer.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we seen him against River Valley. It was a 3rd and I think 20, and he broke off for like 63 yards, and it led to one of those 2 touchdowns that they had. And he had a huge game last week against Ontario as well. 750 total yards of offense. What's kind of deceiving, though, only 4 total touchdowns, but he completes it at a 50% clip.
Well, and I think one of the things that's really helped the Spartans is with some of the turmoil that's went on, they were kind of switching back and forth between quarterbacks. They have settled in, and now you will see Weston Schaefer for most of the night. Special thanks to Krista Smith and all the folks at Coldwell Banker for sponsoring our pregame show tonight as we get ready for kickoff here at the Tundra. Galion has decided they are going to kick off. Pleasant wearing the black uniforms with the red jerseys. And the kick is off, and we are underway. And that's going to be a touchback for the Spartans.
Yeah, it's going to be a touchback off rip, and it's a great kick by Galion. But here's the thing, Mark. We're going to find out early, I think, how this contest is going to go. As Pleasant's offense is going to be on the field first, and it's been their most struggled thing all season long, has been their offense being able to produce for them.
So the Spartans will take over to start this game with the kick into the end zone on their own 20-yard line. We are ready for Friday night football here at Pleasant High School.
We'll see what kind of looks Galion's going to bring defensively.
Schaefer fakes and rolls into the flat, but right there for the tackle is Galion. Brody Ringer, the receiver, but it's going to be a short loss.
Yeah, Chambers, the star receiver on this team, making the tackle there defensively, and that's one thing you'll see. A lot of Galion's playmakers are also the guys on defense as well.
Yes, they have a lot of guys that play both sides of the football tonight. As we said, Galion off to a terrific start this season, 5-1, played Shelby extremely close, ended up losing 45-34. sitting currently in 14th in Region 14.
And a win tonight would almost propel them into a playoff spot.
Yeah, it looked like a little confusion in the backfield and met immediately for a second consecutive loss of yards. And the Spartans are going in the wrong direction here to open this ball game.
Yeah, it's now to be 3rd down.
They're going to call that a loss of 4. So 3rd and 16 for the Spartans on their own 14-yard line.
And the field position the Tigers will be able to start with offensively if they can get a stop here. They're going to bring pressure up the middle untouched.
Schaefer rolls. He's still looking. Squares his shoulders. Throws the ringer. Nice catch. Completes it. Works his way up the field almost to enough for the first down, but he's going to be just shy. Nice job by Schaefer rolling away from the pressure, making a play.
Yeah, finding Brody Ringer, a sophomore fellow classmate of his. The second time he's connected with Brody here on this drive, but now you're going to make it a 4th and manageable if you're the Spartans.
So the Spartans line up 4th and 1. Look like they're going to go for it. Quarterback sneak. Schaefer rolls off the pile.
I don't know that he got it. It's going to depend on the spot.
And they're going to say yes. Schaefer put the ball above his head as he was falling to the ground and was able to get the first down.
Yeah, a great job by Schaefer. He's one of those young guys. He does a great job there. He rolled off the pile because he got met in the backfield, rolled off the initial contact, got the first down, moved the chains on a 3rd and 16.
Well, nice response there by the Spartans. Facing 3rd and 16 on their own 14. They were able to make a play, get it to 4th and 1, and then convert on the 4th down play to give themselves their first down of the evening. Schaefer hands, small hole on the right side. Ryan Conway on the carry. Conway will gain 3 on first down.
Bring up 2nd and 7 on our Ohio Health replay. And, you know, when we seen them at River Valley, Mark, we seen a heavy dose of Ryan Conway. Do you kind of expect to see the same thing here tonight against this stout Tigers defense?
Well, I think you're going to see that because, again, Pleasant's going to try to control the football, try to control the clock. Schaefer, quarterback draw, is not going to get anywhere. Great play there by Cale Early. The 5'10 junior, red draw the whole way, brought Schaefer down in the backfield.
You know, it's funny, Cale Early, one of those guys, and you've seen it on the replay there. He's one of the smallest guys on the field. Kind of plays that inside. He'll slide up and play almost a nose tackle spot when he's on the field, and he just slips through the offensive lineman because he's so small.
So Spartans face 3rd and 10. Schaefer, quick throw. Conway catch and brought down, met immediately there by Sam Evans.
And that's a great job by the Tigers defense. You had Evans out there to go along with number 8. That's, I don't have a number 8. Oh, that was number 4 out there as well. That's Kane Hay. They seen the motion. They stayed home, and they didn't let Conway have any room to run.
There is a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be on the sideline.
On Galion.
So it will result in a loss of 5 on the play, and the Spartans will be forced to punt.
Kane Hay will go back to return it. You know, we spotlighted Kurt, but Kane, his twin brother, number one, they're 2 of the nicest kids you'll ever meet, Mark. My son goes to school with them, knows them really well. But they're also great athletes. Kane, the backup quarterback, as well as a wide receiver and defensive back for this squad.
High snap, brought down.
We're going to have, we should have a flag.
And there's no flag thrown.
I tell you what, and I'm not going to have that replay because my camera guy follows the ball, but the kicker got absolutely hammered on that kick. There is no reason at all that there should not have been at least maybe a 5-yard and give him a chance to kick it again on that particular play.
So no penalty flag is thrown, and Galion will start with great field position just on the other side of the 50. They'll spot it on the Galion 48.
Aiden Schmidt comes out. He took over at the end of last year for Braxton Prosser, who slid out to play receiver, really helped that offense. But you've got Schmidt, number 11, Camden Kuhlman in the backfield.
Well, and Schmidt has done it all so far for the Tigers this year. Running it, throwing it, he can do a lot of different things. So but with that, Galion takes the timeout.
While we have a timeout, let's go ahead and talk about keys to victory. I'll talk about Galion first, and then we'll flip the script, and you can talk about the Spartans of Pleasant. So for me, for Galion, you got to win in the trenches. We know Pleasant wants to run the ball. They will let Schaefer throw it, but they would rather give it to Conway, let Schaefer get some sneaks. And, hey, Aiden Schmidt has not thrown it a bunch. But we've seen what this Pleasant defense is about when it comes to allowing big plays in the pass game when we've seen them at River Valley. We're back to action. So when we have another timeout, Mark will tell you about the keys for Pleasant.
So 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. Galion with their first offensive possession of the game after the punt takes over at their own 48. They're going to try to strike quick. Pass, thrown, caught, and brought down. Nice catch and throw. Target was Jacob Chambers.
He is that guy on this team. His stats are through the roof. I feel like every time he leads, by the way, Mark, he leads the MOAC in yards per reception, and I want to say like 28. When he catches it, it's a deep ball. It reminds me a lot of like a Carter Myers from River Valley. You look for him to go deep and break a tackle and get 6.
So big play on first down there for the Tigers. They're knocking on the door here early in this ball game. First and goal from the Spartan 8. Handoff up the middle, untouched.
I don't have a 27 on my roster. But nonetheless, it'll be a Galion Tigers touchdown.
So the Tigers strike early on an 8-yard touchdown run, and just like that, Galion leads 6-0 here in Marion County.
And he was untouched, Mark. He got through the line. There was nobody at the second level to try to stop him. And it's going to be a long night if they're going to allow 2 plays, 65 yards, and a touchdown.
And the extra point kick is up and good. Braylon Beachy knocks it through. So with that, 7:38 to go here from Pleasant. It's Galion 7, Pleasant 0. We'll be right back after this short break.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Welcome back to Pleasant High School, where Braxton Stuckman rumbles in from 8 yards out to give Galion an early 8-0 lead on the ensuing kickoff. Great return there by the Spartans, and now Spartans will be in business starting just shy of midfield.
That's a great return by Cole Bailey there. Found the seam, got up the sideline, and now he's going to give his offense a chance to answer that Galion score.
And we apologize for not having Braxton Stuckman's number. They had some changes on the numbers on the roster, but Stuckman caps off that scoring drive by the Tigers. Takes it in from 8 yards out, 2 plays, 52 yards. Just like that, Galion.
And that's kind of what they've done all year, Mark. You look at Aiden Schmidt, he doesn't have big numbers, but he takes a lot of shots to Jacob Chambers. And when you can throw a 45-yard bomb play one and then run it in from 8 on the second one, it's going to be a good night.
Schaefer hands off to Conway. Conway tries to get to the edge. and brought down there by Jacob Chambers.
Again, that's going to be a name that we'll call rather often tonight. He has the big play. He's one of the leading tacklers on the team. Also a state runner on the track team in the 100, one of the fastest kids in the state of Ohio.
Conway with a gain of 3 on first down. Spartans have ran 8 offensive plays. 4 of them have went for negative yards. So moving the ball even 3 yards on first down is a good start. Yep,
yeah.
Stay ahead of the chains.
Schaefer
in the
pressure.
gun. Quick throw over the middle. Caught. First down, Spartans. Nice throw there by Schaefer. Set his feet.
Chambers makes the play again, but that's one thing about Weston Schaefer, Mark. If you give the young man time to set his feet, he will zing it in there. He's got a phenomenal arm, and he's one of the lower tiers in the MOAC in interceptions thrown. I think he's only thrown 2, maybe 3.
Schaefer looks again, throws, caught. Avery Harper. And Harper's taken out of bounds, but again, another positive play on first down for Pleasant.
Yeah, Galion showing a lot of disguise blitzes here. Schaefer doing a great job of getting rid of the ball quick, not allowing any of the pressure to get to him, and that's going to be crucial for them. If Galion's going to be comfortable playing a man-to-man type look, Pleasant has the athletes on the outside to be able to beat them.
And this short passing game is also beneficial to the Spartans because it keeps the clock moving. Schaefer looks, steps up in the pocket, has room. He's going to run. He's got some space. And Austin Schaefer, excuse me, I knew I was going to do it. Weston Schaefer, called him by his older brother's name. Weston Schaefer takes it down the left sideline. It's going to be enough for the 3rd Spartan first down of the night.
And this is what we've seen them do against River Valley. Short passing game, a couple handoffs here and there to Conway, and Schaefer with his legs. It's what this offense is kind of known for.
Yeah, that dual threat from the quarterback spot makes it really tough. Schaefer completed a few passes in a row, and then he sees that open gap, and he takes it. Now Schaefer looks again. Looks like a hold out there. No call. Schaefer works his way through. He's going to find positive yardage again. But it looked like the Spartans that time were the beneficiaries of a flag staying in the pocket. Looked like a massive hold on that left side. Well, the right side of the offense.
Here's the thing, though. If they didn't see it, they didn't call it. But, again, it's Schaefer using his legs as it looks like. Okay, I was going to say, Schaefer walking off the field with mouthpiece out. I thought they were going to make a quarterback change for a play or two to give the young man a break. But the way he's moving the offense, he can't come off the field right now.
Yeah, he just comes over to get the play call from the sideline. So a gain of 7 on first down for Weston. Under 6 minutes here to go. Spartans putting together a drive. Play action. Schaefer rolls, overthrows his intended target. It was Ringer.
Schaefer very lucky there that one's overthrown because Jacob Chambers kind of stepped right in front of that. Got a hand up, almost got a hand on it. But they've been pretty effective so far here in quarter number 1 on third down, Mark, so it's not really something I don't think they're too worried about right now.
Yeah, early in the game, down 7-0, you're coming in with a 1-5 record. Got to be thinking this is 4-down territory. So
absolutely.
Facing 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line. Spartans trying to get into the red zone and put points on the board here tonight. Schaefer, I believe he was able to get the Tigers to jump. So the hard count draws the Tigers off sides, and it will be another Spartan first down thanks to the penalty.
Galion Gridiron Club first down, and that's a big one. You know, you're moving the ball successfully right now. A penalty gives you another first down. If I'm Coach Ringer, we have to put this ball in the end zone on this drive.
Yeah, what a good answer by the Spartans after that quick strike by Galion. Spartans have marched down the field here, and just like that, the offensive line is collapsed into the pocket. Great push by the Tigers up front. And they will sack Schaefer.
Zach Salee, he leads the MOAC in sacks as he comes away with another one right there.
A loss of 5 on the play for the Spartans. 2nd and 15. Ball now resting on the 20. Another beautiful night here in Marion County for Friday night football. We have been so fortunate. We've got a good crowd here tonight for this homecoming matchup.
Thanks to all my Galion folks out there texting me, letting me know who 27 was when we weren't quite sure. I appreciate you guys.
The Spartans will call a timeout here with 4:58 to go.
Well, Mark, why don't we go ahead and talk about what you think the keys to victory for the present Spartans are?
Yeah, so coming into tonight, as we said, Spartans struggling a little bit, 1-5 on the season. But for them to be competitive and possibly pull off the upset tonight, the first thing I said was establish the run game. And that's just about controlling the line of scrimmage. They've done that with the run, but also with the short passing game tonight. They've kept the ball, kept possession, and kept that clock moving. And then the second thing is defend the run. Galion has been so good all season long in that rushing attack. You know, they're second in the MOAC in yards per game, second in points per game. You know they can put up a lot of points, but they're averaging over 200 yards per game on the ground. Spartans need to stop that, but it's very difficult when you have such a good, balanced attack like Galion.
Well, I was going to say, it's not very often you see the Tigers come out and go deep first play. It's something coaches probably seen on film, thought they could take a shot, but.
And they tried to go to something quick. It wasn't there, and Schaefer's going to be immediately brought down. Number 11, Camden Kuhlman, was on the tackle.
Along with Salih again, they'll both get credit for that one.
So now it's a loss of 10 on the play. And again, the negative plays really hurting the Spartan offense.
Yeah, I mean, you got a first down on the penalty, and now you've lost almost what that first down was worth, is you're at about a 3rd and almost 20 here.
Yep.
3rd and 21 according to the scoreboard.
So Spartans 10 yards in the last 2 plays going backwards. Schaefer pumps. Second throw across the middle, and flag is thrown in the area of the line of scrimmage.
Is it a
and
hold?
It's going to be a hold
on Pleasant. Now, here's my question I'll pose. If you're Coach Dick, do we decline this, make it 4th and 21, or do you push them back 10 more, make it a 3rd and almost 30, 3rd and 31, and force another play and hope for a turnover? I would decline it. Yep, they will. Make it 4th and 21, and now if you're Pleasant, you're probably out of field goal range, I would say, as this would be about a 45-yarder.
43-yarder from here. But the Spartans are going to try it. Chase Van Oosten coming on. Senior kicker. Try to get the Spartans on the board. Officially, it looks like it'll be a 44-yard attempt. Snap down, kick up, good. Oh,
it hits the crossbar.
Yeah, it hit the crossbar, the upright. Great attempt there by Van Oosten. So with 3:57 to go, Spartans come up just short, and the Tigers will take over.
And that's a big stop there by the Tiger defense. You know, we talked about Pleasant came out. They kind of answered that last drive Galion had. They drove down the field, got into Galion territory, unable to punch it in. Now this is kind of where we're going to see the presence of mind by the Spartan defense. Now you're almost in a situation where we have to get a stop.
So 1st and 10, Tigers take over on the 20. Handoff left side.
That's Kuhlman.
And he's got a first down and more.
I was talking with Coach Matt Dick before the game. He said they're finally starting to get healthy. Cam Kuhlman went out against Shelby with a high ankle sprain. Braxton Stuckman kind of got an injury last week. He didn't practice much this week, but he's ready to go today. That two-headed monster in the backfield, along with Aiden Schmidt's ability to run the ball, is what makes them very, very dangerous.
Drops, looks, 5 guys in set, plenty of room. Stops now, he's going to tuck it and takes it out of bounds for a short gain. So Schmidt continued to look downfield, trying to make something happen. Nothing there, so he'll just take the positive yards. And Schmidt will gain 2 on first down.
Yeah, he had 2 of his favorite targets running deep. That's Jamison Glue and Jacob Chambers were both kind of on this near side to us, running deep routes. And those are 2 guys, if you throw it up to them, they'll go get it. Smart move there by Schmidt to just take his couple yards and get out.
Schmidt, hands, burst up the middle. Again, Kuhlman can't be brought down. And the field finally is able to get him down. The turf made the tackle. Great run there by Cam Kuhlman.
I was going to say that might be even more. He breaks the tackle here and ends up tripping on the turf. How about the aggressive run there by Kuhlman? We haven't seen much out of Stuckman yet other than the touchdown run. How nice does it have to be if you're Coach Matt Dick to lose some of the athletes that they've lost, but you bring back your entire backfield and your number 1 receiver?
Tigers averaging over 10 yards per carry here in the first quarter. Schmidt rolls, looks, throws, caught, spins away from multiple defenders. Now we're going to go to the other side of the field and see what we have. Kurt Hay takes it to the left side, first down, and finally brought out of bounds, just avoiding tackles. What a play. Great individual effort by Kurt Hay.
I tell you what, he broke about 4 tackles on this side of the field, spun off another one, and then completely reversed field and got about 30 out of it.
Yeah, they're going to mark him out of bounds. It was a 25-yard gain. But what a great individual effort. And if the Spartans are going to stay in this ball game, they've got to make those kind of plays and bring those receivers down before big plays can happen. They fake the jet sweep. Schmidt throws, caught, but were his feet in bounds?
Nope, they'll say out.
And they're going to say out of bounds.
As that was Jamison Glue was the intended target, unable to get that foot down. The timing is there, though.
Keegan Fogel there on the coverage. Second and 10 for the Tigers. Schmidt, hands. Kuhlman brought down after a short gain. Nice play by the Spartan defenders.
That's a big play there to get a stop for almost no gain there on Kuhlman. When you said they're averaging
Ethan Craycraft there to help wrap that ball carrier up after a gain of, they'll say, 1. 3rd and 9, chance for the Spartans to put the Tigers in 4th down.
Timeout, Galion.
Galion will take the timeout.
Their second of the quarter.
Trying to make sure that they are on the same page. Big play here, 3rd and 9 from the 13.
We talked about it the other day. Really the big matchup kind of locally in our area tonight. There's 2 of them. There's Shelby Clear Fork, and there's Centerburg Mount Gillian, which is for the if so facto KMAC championship. We're in the first quarter, and Centerburg is up 24-0.
Well, that's a Centerburg team that we saw
against a very good Johnstown Monroe Johnny's team, and Centerburg looked really good that night.
Centerburg is solid.
On the flip side, Shelby 14, Clear Fork 10 in the first quarter as well. Galion looking to make it 14-0 here. Minute 55 left in quarter number 1.
Schmidt looking over the defense. Hands, jet sweep. And just short of the touchdown. Chambers.
Should be enough for a first down, and it will. So it'll be 1st and goal from, what, the half-yard line?
Yeah, they're going to mark it just outside the goal line.
But one thing you'll notice, Mark, and this is both of our first time seeing the Tigers this year. I get to see them a little bit more and know a lot about them. We talk about Braxton Stuckman. We talked about Cam Kuhlman. We've talked about Aiden Schmidt. But their guys out wide can run the ball as well. You'll see both the Hay boys take jet sweeps. Chambers, as here's Kuhlman.
And he's going to be met, and ball comes out. So fumble on the play, ball gets knocked out, is recovered by the Tigers outside the 15-yard line.
Because I want to say that was number 55, Sean Conley, that made the tackle to force the fumble. But now you're 2nd and goal from the 15.
A big loss. Spartan defense, they've bent, but will they break or can they get a stop? Schmidt looks, steps up in the pocket. He's going to keep it. He has room, cuts it back, and dances his way in for the touchdown. So 15 yards out. Aiden Schmidt takes it to the house, and Galion extends their lead to 13-0.
And, I mean, what more do you ask for if you're Coach Matt Dick and the Galion Tigers offense? Schmidt had a couple guys he was looking for. Nobody stepped up to make the play on him. And that's the second time that we've seen that, Mark, for this Pleasant defense. A big hole is opened up, and nobody from the second level has really stepped in to try to make a stop.
The point after is up and good. So with 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it's Galion 14, Pleasant 0. You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Welcome back to Pleasant High School as the Galion Tigers have invaded Pleasant and are currently taking down the Spartans 14-0. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2 scoring drives, 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. And on the kickoff, they're going to be offside. So they will bring that back and do it again. But impressive offensive performance so far by the Tigers. First drive of the night, 52 yards in 2 plays, capped off by Braxton Stuckman's 8-yard touchdown run. And then that second drive, they went 80 yards, capped off by Aiden Schmidt's 15-yard touchdown run. And that puts us where we're at right now, 14-0 Galion.
And we kind of talked about it when Pleasant made that drive. You really had to put points on the board if you were the Spartans there. The last thing you want to do is go down 14-0 when you're facing a high-powered offense like this Tigers team. Pleasant doesn't really have the big play like we've seen in years past to be able to get down the field quick and cut into this deficit.
I don't know if you tuned in a few weeks ago when we broadcast the game between the Spartans and River Valley. We talked about some of the off-the-field issues that was taking place with Pleasant, but then on the field, you've just had the injury bug just hammer the Spartans. Oh, big hit on the kickoff. The Spartans return it to about the 36, but a big hit right there.
Number 27, that's Stuckman delivering the blow.
Yeah. But talking about those injuries to the Spartans, you know, the day before Spartans were to take on River Valley, they lost senior Brennan Ringer, who just did a little bit of everything for this ball club. During the summer, they lost Columber. Alec Columber got hurt with a knee injury.
Their best athlete, hands down.
Deep threat, defensive back, could do all kinds of good stuff for the Spartan team. So injuries have definitely played a role in impacting the depth of this Spartan squad. But these young Spartans are fighting. Played really well last week and battling here tonight against the Tigers.
Cal Early makes the tackle there, and it's great defense. You know, yes, it's really bend, don't break. You know, we kind of use that analogy every now and then, and we're really using it tonight. We've seen the Spartan defense bend, and we've seen it break. But this Galion defense, they bent pretty bad on that second drive. They did not break. They turned it into 7, and now it looks like the Spartans are going to go into quarter number 2 down 7-0.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here at Pleasant High School. Your score, Galion 14, Pleasant 0. You're watching Friday Night Football, MOAC style, on the OH Report.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report. Pleasant trailing 14-0, trying to get something going here against this tough Galion defense. Weston Schaefer going to be sacked again for the Spartans. In that first quarter, the Spartans held to just 30 yards of total offense by this tough Galion defense.
Capretta in on the sack there.
Galion defense, 3rd in the MOAC, only giving up 205 yards per game. And on the ground, just 3.6 yards per carry, and they are showing why tonight. Schaefer looking to make a play here on 3rd and 13. Throw across the middle and short, but they're going to throw a flag in late.
You'll see it on the Ohio Health replay. Definitely pass interference there on Hay.
Intended for Keegan Fogel.
Maybe the arm wrap. We can't really see it on our replay. Maybe he had the right arm wrapped around the body as he tried to dive in front to make a play.
Throw was a little short, but the back judge saw the contact, and they're going to have the conversation. Gallion's been called for 2 penalties on the night for 10 yards, and it is going to be a defensive hold on the Tigers.
So it'll be a hold, not a pass interference.
They will mark off the penalty, and it will be the second time the Spartans have been able to get a first down via penalty. So 2 of their 5 first downs tonight have come courtesy of the yellow flag. So it's going to end up being a
3rd down.
Third. Yeah, so there's confusion on the field. It was 3rd and 13 from the 33-yard line.
It's a 5-yard penalty. So it should be 3rd and 8 from the 38-yard line.
Now they're going to say it's first down and move it to the 50. So it's going to be a 17-yard penalty, resulting in a Pleasant first down.
I don't think I've ever seen a 17-yard holding call.
Well, we saw one tonight, so we're going to go with it.
I guess.
11:08 here to go in the second quarter. Schaefer takes a snap. Here comes the pressure again, and that Galion defense is just blowing up the front of the black and red.
And
Sam
it's
Evans.
delayed pressure. They're showing blitzes off the corner. Nobody's picking them up. And then it forces a lineman to come pick up the blitz, and it leaves somebody else unblocked.
So here in the second quarter, Pleasant with negative 11 yards of offense, but yet they've been able to move the ball forward 8 yards due to the penalty.
I was going to say they had the big drive back on their second drive, but since then they've struggled to get anything going.
So Schaefer again behind the chain. Second 18, stops, throws. Nice throw, out route, beats the defender, and nice throw and catch there between Schaefer and Payne. The sophomores connect.
Great job there by Schaefer to stay composed in the pocket, make a big-time throw, and make it third and manageable, as you're going to be about 3rd and 5 now.
So nice pickup there. Leads to 3rd and 5. The Tiger 45, here comes the blitz. Thrown and almost juggled, knocked around and intercepted, but it falls incomplete.
4th and 5. Now what do you do if you're Coach Ringer and the Pleasant Spartans? Your defense has struggled to stop the Tigers, but do you really want to give them the football back on the 45-yard line? I would punt, pin them deep. But you're shaking your head no at me.
I'm going for it. You're 1 and 5. You've got a bunch of sophomores out there. As we talked about in previous broadcasts, I believe when we counted, there was, 8 seniors for Pleasant, a couple of them with the injuries we talked about. Young squad. And, again, they got him on the hard count. Great job by Austin. Schaefer got Sean Conley to jump and move it 5 more yards.
And that's going to result in a first down.
Pleasant with 6 first downs on the night, 3 of them by penalty, 2 of them thanks to the hard count by Weston Schaefer. I'm just going to apologize to Weston and his family. I've known him for a long time. I coached his older brother.
I was going to say, I remember last time we were here last year, we talked to his dad against, we were here against Ontario, and as a freshman, it was when Weston got reps as quarterback.
Yeah. Weston again with the throw, catch by Ringer. So Schaefer to Ringer for a gain of 6 on first down.
Again, kind of been his favorite target so far.
Yeah, a short passing game by the Spartans has been really effective, getting rid of the ball quick before that pass rush can get to him.
And that's what they've had to do. And when they've done that, they've been successful.
The sophomore takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, throws, caught, and another first down for Pleasant.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to run that one again, Mark. Watch the composure from Schaefer. He takes a lick on that play, still delivers a great ball to Payne, and it results in a first down for the Spartans.
Well, there's no doubt Weston's a tough kid, and he stood in there and took the hit in order to get the completion. 7th first down of the half here for the Spartans. So they're putting together a nice drive, but can they get something on the scoreboard? Schaefer steps up, throws, and just a little bit high as Schaefer, though, is hit again.
Cameron Kuhlman.
The first drive of the night for the Spartans didn't go the best. The second one, they moved the football, had a 44-yard field goal attempt come up just short. Now again here on their 3rd drive of the half, putting together a nice drive, eating up some clock, eating up some yardage.
And I'll put this out there, that was Cameron Kuhlman. Camden Kuhlman has had the carries in the first half.
Fakes the handoff, thrown, caught. Diving ahead is Keegan Fogel.
And again, Schaefer getting a lot of pressure in his face. He's doing a great job of maintaining his composure and making good throws under pressure. As he gets hit again there by Kuhlman, still delivers a great ball. And now it's again another 3rd and manageable for the Spartans.
Clock rolls under 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Galion jumped out to a 14-0 lead after 1. Schaefer rolls, throws, tipped away.
Kuhlman with pressure again.
And Camden Kuhlman broke that one up on the other end of it.
Yeah, you'll see it here. It's just pressure off the end. Cameron gets pressure. Camden breaks it up. Another 4th down situation for the Spartans.
4th and 4 from the Tiger 19. Spartans looking to get points. And Schaefer, hard count again.
Are we going to have a false start? I think the right tackle moved first.
And they are going to say that he did move.
Watch the replay. I'll run it for you again as soon as it's done. You will see the right tackle move before the Galion player jumped. As they walk it back, I'll play it for you again. The right tackle moves before the Galion guy jumps.
Yeah, I saw Camden Kuhlman coming on that outside blitz. The Spartans will now face 4th and 9. Schaefer gets the play from Coach Ringer.
4th and 4 to 4th and 9. That's a big penalty for this Spartan offense.
Schaefer looks, has a little bit of time, steps up, and hit again. This time it was Cameron Kuhlman.
That was 5 consecutive plays, Mark, where number 7 was in the backfield and in Schaefer's face. They've decided, and you can see it already, they've decided Weston Schaefer's not going to beat us anymore with his legs tonight. We're done giving up the big ground game. Number 7 is now in charge of not letting number 15 get outside of that pocket and make any room for himself.
So turnover on downs will result in the Tigers taking over on their own 26-yard line. Tigers, 3rd time with the football. The first 2 times they had it resulted in 6. Schmidt hands off. Stuckman, right side, breaks the tackle. Rumbles through more. He's to midfield. Braxton Stuckman breaks a tackle and
Official
rumbles.
got taken out on that play. Hopefully he's all right. He's going to try to walk it off. He got rolled up on by one of the Pleasant defensive players.
Stuckman with a gain of 24 on 1st down.
And, I mean, you said it best. Their first 2 drives, Mark, they were averaging 10-plus yards per carry. And that does not change that number at all.
Yeah, the chunk yardage plays from the Galion offense. You just look at what they've done tonight. Gains of 24, 22, 44, 25. Just those big plays have been the difference. Fake handoff. Schmidt keeps it up the middle. Gain of about 4 on 1st down.
It's kind of that read option we see a lot of the high schools run nowadays. It's up to Schmidt on whether he gives that to Stuckman or keeps it. What I'm expecting here, either this next play or maybe the play after that, is a shot downfield to either Glue or Chambers. They're setting up the defense for that. Run, bring them in, and then take a shot.
A little play action and then go over the top.
They're Glue's man-to-man down here. They're shading help to Chambers' side.
Instead, handoff. Stuckman doesn't see anything. He cuts it to the outside, bounces, and tries to get wide, but will be tackled.
I will say this. I think a couple plays, I think we've seen the Galion Tigers players run more east and west than north and south, but that east-west running has resulted in a lot of north-south yardage.
Well, I think that's one of those situations where you just have the athleticism where you can bounce it wide and make plays seemingly out of nothing. The big 3rd down here, 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle, and there goes Camden Kuhlman from 43 yards out. Nothing but pay dirt. Camden Kuhlman takes the handoff, and he goes 43 yards to extend the lead to 20-0 for the Tigers.
And he made that look very, very easy, Mark. He was virtually untouched for 43 yards, and it's kind of what we've seen on the first couple drives, you know. He had the 11-yard run, Stuckman did, and then Schmidt goes in from 15 almost untouched. The big plays are killer.
Well, as you said earlier, this is our first chance to see the Tigers this year, and you can see why they were able to compete with the Whippets of Shelby and why they have been a tough matchup for teams, because they can just flat out put athletes out there, and their team speed is pretty elite.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a situation where I think Pleasant's biggest opportunity to keep this football game close was that second drive. They got inside the 15 at one point, I think, and then it was back-to-back sacks from this Galion defense, pushed them back to the 30, made a 1st and 10 from the 15 become a 4th and 30 from the 30, and they attempted that long field goal. They weren't able to hit it, and it's been all Tigers since. While Galion takes the field for the kickoff, I'll see what score updates I can get for you guys, especially some MOAC updates.
Yeah. Just some quick numbers while you're looking at that. Here in the first half, Tigers just under 11 yards per carry. I have them at 10.8 yards per carry on the ground tonight. Just offensive explosion. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for Galion.
Shelby 26, Clear Fork 7 in the second quarter. River Valley 7, Highland 6. And Ontario and Marion Harding's all square, 7 apiece.
I know there's some people that thought Harding had a chance to maybe pull what earlier in the year a lot of people thought was be an upset over Ontario.
I guess kind of my question for you, I was going to say.
Really good, but then, you know, a couple performances here where people are starting to, you know, how good is Ontario? But, you know, again, we see a lot of these teams, talk to people that see them. Ontario's another group that has a lot of sophomores playing football.
Well, and if you really look if you look at that group for the Warriors, you've got a lot of sophomores that are playing. It's not just playing the game; it's playing valuable positions. Like out here, yes, you've got the Hay boys. You've got a lot of sophomores, Jamison Glua Jr. that are seeing playing time, but you've got a senior quarterback in A.D. Schmidt. Ontario's best athletes on the outside are sophomores, and they've got a sophomore under center in his first year, replacing one of the greats.
6:20 to go here in the first half. Spartans trying to get something going. A little end around here to the field side of play, and nice gain on first down there for the Spartans. Will Blueball on the carry.
Yeah, a big play there for Blue Ball and a big first down play for Pleasant. But, you know, we've kind of seen it all night already. They're having decent success on first down, and then Galion brings that pressure on second and third, and they make it a 3rd and long when you just got it to a 1st and 4.
And talking about that Galion defense, you know, 205 yards per game is impressive. You know, 10.8 points per game, second just behind Clear Fork. Throw goes out wide, caught and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Another big hit there by the Galion defense, but that was Kean Paraguay.
Yeah, Trey Longwell, my camera guy's brother, almost got a hand on that one coming off the edge.
And it is a first down for the Spartans.
It's a big first down, too, if you're Pleasant. But, again, you've got to put points on the board. You're moving the ball. You're getting first down. You're forcing Galion penalties. You got to get something out of it.
Yeah, Spartans have had some nice drives, just unable to put points on the board. Schaefer fakes it, keeps it, breaks one tackle, gets his way upfield, avoids a couple of tacklers, gets beyond the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 for Weston Schaefer.
Big Zach Salee again. You know, and I'm going to pull it up while we wait for this next play. I want to say Zach Salee is one of the top tacklers and sack leaders and TFLs in the MOAC, and we're kind of seeing why tonight.
Well, if you're Pleasant, one thing you'd like to do here is finish the half with the football. 4:23 to go here. You don't want to give it back to Galion. Tigers 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. So if Pleasant can avoid giving it back to them, That would be important for them. Schaefer tries to throw it over the middle as, again, Tigers bring late pressure.
Yeah, and it's Zach Salee that gets in there. He does lead the MOAC with 7 sacks. But think about this. They just show you the top 10 when we get these stats, right? Galion has 3 guys in the top 10 in sacks. Yeah. And they've got 3 guys in the top 20 in tackles.
Well, I just said Salee with 7 sacks. He also has 13.5 tackles for loss before we started tonight. And we called his name.
49 tackles total.
Yeah. He makes some plays, that's for sure. 3rd and 9 for the Spartans. Quick throw to the flat. Avoids the first one, but that will be it.
I was going to say that might be no gain.
Tigers were waiting on that.
And we've got an injury on the Pleasant.
Yep, injury on the guy inside the field, a Pleasant Spartan, slow getting up. So with that, we will take a quick break. 3:58 to go here in the first half from Pleasant. It's Galion 21, Pleasant 0. You're watching MOAC football on Friday night on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Good to see Brody Ringer walking off the field on his own there. So the pass was complete. Short gain brings up 4th and 9 for the Spartans.
I was going to say you have to punt in this situation. It'll be Kane Hay, I do believe, back deep to return. And he's another one of those guys, man. He's another one of those sophomores for these Tigers. You give him an opportunity, he's going to make a play, and you're going to see that right here.
Slow snap, barely gets it off. And again, the punter was hit. And no call. Second time tonight we've seen the Spartan punter go down.
I was going to pose you that question, Mark. I thought that the rule was once the ball leaves his foot, if he's hit, it should be a flag for roughing the kicker. And that's twice now tonight that he's been hit after the ball left his foot, and they haven't thrown a flag. Nonetheless, it'll be Galion football.
It appeared from our vantage point on both those that there may have been some contact.
Again, refs are on the field.
Right. Yeah, we're quite a ways away compared to them. But no penalty flag is thrown, so 3:37 to work with here for Aiden Schmidt and the Tiger offense. Look for the Tigers to strike quick again and try to put another touchdown on the board before the half.
A bad snap. Bad snap. Schmidt had to catch that one one-handed. As I'll run the replay right here for you, Mark. High snap to the right. He grabs it one-handed and just gets what he can.
Well, they're going to say he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Just a little short of it. So 2nd and 11. Spartans would love to be able to get off the field here and go in only down by 3 touchdowns. Handoff, Stuckman brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Pleasant front and that linebacking core. Ryan Conway in there to make the tackle. Loss of 3.
Yeah, that's a great job. That might be the first tackle behind the line of scrimmage that the Spartans have had here in the first half.
Yeah, other than the fumble, that's the only negative play of the night for the Galion offense.
But if you're the Tigers,
also in on
if
the
you're
tackle.
the Tigers, you've got the weapons on the outside.
Fake handoff, flag thrown. They're trying to go over the top. Intercepted. It's picked off there. Avery Hamper with the pick, but a flag was thrown.
Looks like it's going to be in the area of a holding maybe. It's on that outside. unless they're going to get an illegal shift.
It was thrown right at the snap. It's going to be
illegal shift
on the Tigers, so that will be declined, and it will be interception. Turnover will give Pleasant the ball in Galion territory with 2:09 to go here in the first half. So a little life on the Pleasant sideline.
If you're Coach Ringer, you've got to get points on the board right now before the half and give yourself a little bit of momentum heading into the locker room.
So after the return or the interception and return by Hamper, Spartans will start on the Galion 36-yard line. Not just for the score, but for momentum.
Yes.
Spartans need a score here. Stack set. Schaefer looks. Steps up in the pocket, away from the pressure. Runs, puts his head down, and Weston bulls his way forward.
Flag out here on the edge, though.
It's going to be a hold on the Spartans. That will negate the nice run by Weston Schaefer.
Looked like it was number 64 for Pleasant, Ethan Craycraft. They kind of got a little bit inside of the defensive end for Galion on that run.
Again, the negative plays for the Spartans have been really, really detrimental to what they're trying to do tonight.
Well, and again, if you're Weston Schaefer, you know, you've taken a lot
He's taking some
of hits tonight. Not just when you're running the ball, but in the backfield when you're trying to throw it as well. A young sophomore kid, he's tough as nails, and you and I both know that, but you can only take so much before you finally break.
Late handoff. Conway brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
That was number 1. That's, I want to say Trey Longwell that came in and made that stop. It looked like it was Kuhlman, Salih, and Longwell all coming in to make the tackle there.
It's almost like the Tigers knew the snap count. They exploded off the ball.
If you watch, that's kind of been something they've done all night long.
They have definitely controlled the line of scrimmage, and one of the things that we thought Pleasant really had to have a huge advantage in tonight if they were going to compete was in the trenches.
I mean, really, I think that's we've done, you know, this is week 7 for us. And I think that's been a key to victory for every team we've done because in high school football, it's the biggest battle.
Schaefer rolls, throws, caught. Nice gain there by the Spartans. Again, thrown out there to Paraguay, and he's going to pick up a nice little chunk, get some of that yardage back.
But now if you're Pleasant, you're back into that third and predictable, I guess you and I could call it. You cannot, I mean, listen, you have Ryan Conway. He's one of the better backs in the MOAC. But he hasn't gotten 9-10 yards on a carry yet tonight, so you can't hand this ball off.
He's a short yardage kind of guy, 2 or 3 at a time. And again, pressure immediately from the Tigers. Schaefer dances his way, now throws late and intercepted.
Kane Hay
there for the interception. The ball got deflected a little bit, popped up in the air. Hay stepped in front of it and made the play.
I tell you what, Pleasant's probably very, very pleased that he tumbled down because there's a good shot. If he stays on his feet, that might be a pick 6.
And, you know, a nice play in the back end of that by Kane Hay. But, again, just the pressure that Galion continues to get. They have just been absolutely relentless up front and chasing down Schaefer, and Weston just ran for his life all night tonight.
Yeah, he really has. You know, they try to set up these design rollouts, but that time it was Kuhlman again, Cameron Kuhlman coming up the middle untouched. Got the initial pressure, forced him to roll out. He tried to step up. He had 3 guys collapse on him. He makes a bad throw, and it's now Galion football.
We'll see what the Tigers do here, and they're going to try to get down the field and get some points. Quick throw.
That's out there to Kane Hay, who just had the pick.
Takes 5 seconds off the clock. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Ball resting inside the 40-yard line. Schmidt throws, caught. Hay catches, dances, out of bounds.
Move the chains.
And again, just 5 seconds go off the clock. Galions quickly gained 11 yards. But again, watch out for the Tigers to fake that and go over the top.
That's what they're going to look to do here.
Schmidt decides he's going to run. He has a huge gap, 50, 40, and he goes down at the Pleasant 37-yard line.
Great awareness by Schmidt. Had his initial read. It looked like it was Kurt Hay on the little curl route to get another quick completion. They were all over it. He rushes now to the line.
Gain of 21. Schmidt rolls, throws, caught, out of bounds. Same thing, little curl route on the outside. Catch, feet down, out of bounds, stop the clock.
And we've called 3 names really on the receiving things tonight for the Tigers. It's been Jacob Chambers and then the Hay twins. They're showing you how dangerous they're going to be. And again, like I said, they're only sophomores.
2nd and 4, 32. Schmidt looking, throws across the middle, caught, juggled, but caught and breaks the tackle, and now it's going to be brought down. It was Chambers on the catch.
How about the placement there from Schmidt? He put that between 3 Spartans right into Chambers' hands.
The clock is running under 10, and they spike the football with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, they'll bring out the field goal unit. Or you got 6 seconds. Do you got enough time to throw one to the end zone and then trot them out, really?
Well, you're at the 11-yard line. I mean, it has to be something quick. It's and it has to be something that's either going to be incomplete or a touchdown.
Yeah, you either got to be in the end zone or you got to be an incomplete pass, and then you can walk the field goal unit out. As I seen their kicker making them from about 40 in pregame.
And the Tigers are going to go for it here on 2nd and 10. Schmidt rolls, throws, diving catch.
Touchdown, Kurt
And they
Hay.
say he is in. What a catch on the outside. And on the last play of the first half, Schmidt rolls right, throws it, and Hay brings it down for the touchdown. Kurt Hay with the 11-yard touchdown catch, and Galion scores late to go up 27-0 over Pleasant.
And we haven't even mentioned the fact, Mark, they're going to attack on the extra point, and then they're going to start with the ball in the second half.
Braylon Beachy on for the extra point attempt. Not very often you see a 6'7" place kicker.
That kid is massive. I walked next to him on the field. Mark, you and I aren't very small guys, but he made me look absolutely tiny.
So with that, the end of the first half comes to a close here at Pleasant. It is Galion 28, Pleasant 0. We will be back for the halftime band shows and all the stats and information. You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
slide pass shifting.
Thank you, Galion Marching Band, for your fabulous performance. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is extra special on the home side. Please welcome back our Pleasant Marching Band alumni as they join our current band members on the field. Kicking off the celebration, here's a Chicago classic that will have you rocking along, 25 or 6 to 4. Let's hear it for our past and present band members coming together for one powerful sound. a stadium crowd going quite like this one. Our marching band and alumni are teaming up to bring you the high-energy stadium favorite, the Hey Song. So get on your feet, clap along, and don't forget to shout out a big hey with us as we celebrate the tradition of music across generations. The marching band brings you a song packed with energy and rhythm, land of 1,000 dances. From the twist to the mashed potato, let's see your best moves as we celebrate the past, present, and future of our band family. our administration and schools for the opportunity to show our students' talent. We wish the Galion I wish you very good luck in the rest of your season. Go Spartans!
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Krista says, good luck, Vikings. Here, it's Galion 28, Pleasant 0. But in other MOAC action, Krista's Sun and River Valley Vikings are currently leading Highland 24-6. Up in Shelby, big game between the Whippets and Clearport Colts. Shelby dominating 39-7. And then our other MOAC matchup at halftime. Harding is tied with Ontario at 7 apiece. But here at the Tundra at Pleasant High School, Galion Tigers with an impressive 28-0 halftime lead. Josh, let's take a look at the stats.
Defense. We talked about it last week when we covered Shelby River Valley. And this is really kind of a similar game to what we've seen in that one. As Galion went for almost 250 yards of total offense and only allowed 62 yards on the defensive side of things. Both teams have forced a turnover in a very minimal, penalized game. Pleasant's going to have to do something offensively here in the second half. Unfortunately, the Tigers are going to come out with the ball.
In the first quarter tonight, Galion got the scoring underway. 52 yards, 2 plays. Braxton Stuckman took it in from 8 yards out to give Galion a 7-0 lead. They later tacked on a 15-yard touchdown run. Quarterback Gabe Schmidt to lead 14-0 after the first quarter break. In the second quarter, it was more of the Tigers. Camden Kuhlman goes 43 yards on a brilliant run to extend the lead to 21-0 before Galion finishes off the first half scoring with an 11-yard pass from Hayden Schmidt to Kurt Hay on the last play of the first half. All 4-point afters were good by Braylon Beachy, and that is where we stand with the Tigers on top of the Spartans 28-0.
We're ready for the second half to start, but I think that it's going to be interesting to see here kind of. I think the game plan coming out for both squads. You know, Galion looking to score early, make it a running clock here in the second half. And Pleasant, again, we talked about it. They had 62 yards of offense. They've had a lot of first downs that have come by way of the penalty flag.
Well, yeah, they had 8 first downs, 3 of them by penalty. The biggest issue for the Spartans, 11 plays in the first half went for negative yards. That's not counting penalties. That's just 11 plays from scrimmage that were negative yardage plays. Tigers will take the kick and return it here as we begin the second half at Pleasant High School. It is Kane Hay on the return. And the Tigers will start with solid field position.
And now we see, if you're Coach Matt Dick and the Galion Tigers, what's your plan here offensively? Do we come out, we go one more quarter with the starters and then kind of let those young guys get some reps? Or are we going to pour it on and make a statement as we finish out MOAC play?
Well, Aiden Schmidt will start off the drive here for the Tigers. Tiger offense on their own 35-yard line. Hay takes it, looks to throw over the top. Pleasant read it, and it gets knocked away. So jet sweep into a throw. Falls incomplete, intended for Chambers.
Yeah, Ken Hay also a quarterback here. A really good ball by Hay.
Well, great play there by Hamper.
A great play by Pleasant. Not fooled at all and able to prevent that catch. And that's a big stop for them on first down, as they haven't had very many second and longs.
Yeah, Hamper, if he'd had his head in the backfield there.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a touchdown, because you're not going to catch Chambers. So 2nd and 10, handoff up the middle. Kuhlman tries to break a tackle, but nice job of wrapping him up there by several Spartans.
I think that's another thing I've noticed tonight, too. This Pleasant defense does do a really good job at the line of scrimmage. But the Galion runners, it's taken 2 to 3 Spartans every single time to bring them down, as their legs just do not stop.
A big chance here early in the second half for the Spartan defense to get off the field. 3rd and long for Galion. Schmidt looks, pressured, rolls, throws across his body and dropped. Intended for Jamison Glue. So Glue couldn't come up with it, and the punt team's going to come on the field for the Tigers for the first time tonight.
Intended for Glue, also had Cohen Adams there as well. Cohen Adams had fell down.
So good start to the 3rd quarter here by the Spartan defense. Spartans find themselves on the short end, 28-0. Left-footed kick, it has boomed, and it's going to hit and roll. It takes a Tiger roll, and it will be downed inside the 20, so nice job by the Tigers special teams there to flip the field. And the Spartans will take over inside their 20.
This is a big drive for the Spartans.
We give you a few scores from other MOAC action, some other area scores for those of you that may be interested. In the KMAC, undefeated Mount Gilead trails Centerburg 39-0 at the half. Danville on top of Cardington 16-6. Some other games, Lexington leads West Holmes 34-0. North Baltimore 34, Ridgedale 0. And Ben Logan leads North Union 13-7 at the half.
I'll get some N10 scores for everybody here as soon as we're done with this play.
Surprise or two in there.
Yeah.
So 10:49 here to go in quarter number 3. Tigers immediately come on the blitz. The wide run avoids the blitz, but here comes the penalty marker.
As we'll take a look at the Ohio
right
Health
in the area
replay.
that is holding. Blue ball's run will be negated.
No, I just watched the replay. I did not see a hold anywhere. I'll replay it again for you. The only thing I see that might be a hold is in there right inside on number 53 is who it looks like got held. That's Jacob Martin, but I didn't see enough there to kind of call for a flag, I guess.
Unfortunately for the Spartans, they again have negative yardage on first down. So 1st and 20 for Pleasant. Ball on their own 8. Tigers just blitzing relentlessly tonight, bringing the pressure. Schaefer throws, almost caught over the head of one receiver, but it went right into the hands of Keegan Fogel. Fogel couldn't come up with it, and it'll be second and long for Pleasant.
You know, we talk about a lot of these athletes for Pleasant, and it's similar to these Tigers, Mark. You know, you look up and down this roster, a lot of the names that we've called tonight are that sophomore class. Weston Schaefer, Fogel, you know, Ringer. They're all sophomores. This is going to be a fun battle to watch in the MOAC over the next couple of seasons as these young guys continue to grow.
Galion Tiger down on the field while they tend to him. Let's go ahead and hit some of those Northern 10 scores that you talked about.
Yeah, Upper Sandusky leads Bucyrus 21-0. Colonel Crawford 21, Seneca East 0 at the half. And then I think the big surprise of the night.
Absolutely a big surprise.
The Winford Royals, who have kind of struggled all year, are tied at 14 with the Mohawk Warriors. Now that score has not been updated in a minute. I may run through X here in a few and see if I can find an updated score. But the score I have says 14-14 in the second quarter. That would be maybe the biggest upset of the year in the area if the Royals can pull that one off.
Back here in MOAC action, Galion trying to pin the Spartans down deep in their own territory. Pleasant facing 2nd and 20. Sophomore Weston Schaefer takes the snap, rolls right, throws. Another nice completion. Good ball there by Schaefer, picks up a nice chunk of yards.
And we've seen it all night long from Schaefer. He has shown his talent. He's shown his ability to – here's two things he's shown us, his poise and his ability to throw on the run. As when he's on the run, he makes those crossbody throws look really, really easy.
Catch by Paraguay there. Gain of 12.
Paraguay, again, a name we caught a lot. He's only a junior.
3rd and 8 for the Spartans.
I will say this, though, Mark. I am kind of surprised. I know that Galion's defense has done great, but we have not called a lot of Ryan Conway's name here this evening.
Schaefer rolls. Under pressure again. Hit as he throws and overthrows his intended target. But again, Schaefer getting hit as he throws. Hamper couldn't come up with it.
And that's kind of what we talked about at the half while we were on the halftime show, while we were off air. The defensive pressure that this Tiger front seven has caused tonight has been absolute havoc.
Yeah, and the Spartans are trying to do all kinds of different things. They're moving the pocket. They're not just letting Schaefer catch the snap and stand there where the Tigers know where to bring the pressure to. They're rolling him right. They're rolling him left. They're using some jet sweep action. Galion's just had an answer for it. Kick is taken at the 49-yard line. Hay is going to find his way up to the 43, 44-yard line where the Tigers will take over in Spartan territory.
Shelby 45-7 at the half.
What a dominant performance from Shelby.
Mohawk has put on another touchdown. They lead Winford by 8, but still, the fact that the Royals are playing with Mohawk, one of the better teams in the N10, and Winford kind of struggling. And then here you've got a Galion team that's, I think, the surprise of the MOAC this year. I don't know that coming in anybody expected them to be sitting at 5-1 with the amount of athletes that they lost last season.
During the return, there was a 5-yard penalty, so Galion will start their drive at the Spartan 48-yard line. 28-0. Galion Tigers leading the Pleasant Spartans here at the Tundra in southern Marion County. Schmidt with the handoff off the right side, and Stuckman will fall forward at the end of that run to get a gain of about 4.
Yeah, tripped up there by number 32, Adam Showdown.
Coming into this game, Galion offense was so balanced. 201 rushing yards per game, 180 through the air. That first half, they showed that same balance. Schmidt on a wide receiver screen, caught. 30, 25, and finally pushed out of bounds. Kurt Hay
And you know, with that play right there, Marcus, you guys see it on our Ohio Health replay. It was patience from Schmidt. The original screen was defended very well. Hay kind of waited, sat down a little bit more. Schmidt, patient, got it to his guy, and it resulted in a big play.
That balance that Galion can throw at you with the run game, the passing game. Schmidt, nice play fake over the middle. Caught by the big fella.
Dom Capretta.
6'3", 205-pound junior. Just finds some space across the middle, releases, and then falls forward. Nice gain there.
One of their leaders that's going to be back for this Tiger basketball squad this season is Capretta. I want to say led the team in scoring as a sophomore last year.
And the Tigers, with their own version of the tush push,
are going to be short.
Schmidt is going to go with the rest of that Galion crew just short of the touchdown. So gain of 4 by Schmidt. See if the Tigers decide to go with it again. If so, probably going to see the signal for touchdown.
I'd like to see it turn around and hand off to number 7. Yeah, give it to Kuhlman. They will.
And they do. And touchdown by
Cameron
Kuhlman. So the Kuhlmans both strike pay dirt tonight as the Tigers extend their lead to 34-0 and put us into a running clock situation with 8:35 to go in quarter number 3. Snap is back, kick up.
Kick good.
And kick is good. So with 8:35 to go here in the third quarter, it's Galion 35, Pleasant 0. You're watching Friday Night Football on the OH Report.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
It is Friday Night Football here at Pleasant High School in MOAC action as the Galion Tigers have rolled out to a 35-0 lead over the homestanding Pleasant Spartans. Spartans playing in front of homecoming queen Reese Hunt tonight, but it has been all Galion from the start.
Yeah, it's been all Tigers from the rip here this evening. Is this a little squib? Fair catch called for and caught. Smart move there by Isaac Smith.
Yeah. And good starting field position here for the Spartans. The short kick will give Pleasant nice field position here as they start their second drive of the second half.
And again, you know, we've seen it on their first drive. They move the ball. They get into good field position. And then a penalty, a sack, and a punt. You know, we've seen them move the ball tonight. We've seen them get into Galion territory. And then it's like, oh, you got positive yards and this defense just flips script.
Schaefer with the toss to Conway, immediately brought down. Conway tried to get wide, and a late flag comes in. Some extracurricular activities. Personal foul is going to be called along the Galion sideline.
Officials telling them to stop the clock, and guys up here in the stands telling them not to stop it.
So the personal foul 15-yard penalty on the Tigers. So the Conway run of 3 and then the dead ball personal foul gives the Spartans their 4th first down of the night via penalty.
Yeah, they're 9th on the evening. So almost half of their first down coming by way of the yellow flag here tonight. And really, if anything to say about this Galion defense, it's they've allowed 4 penalties via the first down.
The Spartans in Tiger territory. Handoff, Conway hit. And a slew of Tigers coming in and just trying to lay the hammer to Conway. One of them stood him up, and the rest come in to finish him off. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain. And it looks like Conway comes up limping.
Blake Blueball, the 6'2", 235-pound sophomore, in the mix there to make that stop.
Second and long for the Spartans. Quick toss. And immediately brought down in the backfield. What a play by Camden Kuhlman.
I think the Kuhlman name's been the household name tonight.
And he was just too quick. Got into the backfield, avoided the block by the wide receiver, got to the running back and brought him down for a loss. The quickness and speed on display there as the Spartans, again, negative yardage, face 3rd and 15. Schaefer rolls, pressured again, throws out of the reach of the intended target.
Kurt Hay on the coverage. And it'll bring out the punt unit again for the Spartans.
You just can't say enough about this Galion defense and the pressure they've brought. You know, when Schaefer's had time and able to get his feet set and get his shoulders squared up, he throws a good ball. It's just he has been constantly on the move and taking hits.
Yeah, they've done a great job of not allowing him to stay comfortable. A pass here, a pass there, they'll drop back in the zone. They won't bring pressure. And as soon as they see him getting comfortable, they bring a blitz again.
Punt away. And at the end, takes a nice, pleasant roll.
Be down right around the 10-yard line. But again, this Galion offense has yet to be stopped tonight, as we're not quite sure why the clock is stopped here.
Yeah, last week we were at River Valley in a situation where there was a running clock, and the third quarter took about 14 and a half minutes to play 12 minutes. There's 1 or 2 small quick stoppages, the official, but other than that, it was quick. Clock is rolling. And the direct snap is going to go to Kane Hay.
Kane Hay.
So Kane takes the snap. Gets a short gain of about 2. Second and 8. Hay playing the quarterback position, rolls right, throws, caught. Nice throw there and a nice catch.
Jamison
Glue with the catch. So Hay showing off his arm a little bit here. Rolls right, puts it on the money.
Yeah, new quarterback in there. Again, Kane Hay, the backup quarterback. He's one of the athletes on this squad, as it looks like he's got some new faces out there as well.
Glue with the gain of 20, another first down.
Yeah, there's going to be a false start on Galion, absolutely. We'll see here on the Ohio Health replay the entire left side of the offensive line.
Third penalty of the half for the Tigers. They'll They'll march it off, take 5 yards back, bring up 1st and 15.
Should be second. Oh, no, they got the first down on the pass.
First down on the throw to Glue. Hay fakes the handoff, keeper. Runs to the boundary side and continues to fight along the sideline. Thought he was going to go out of bounds. He kept his head and body in bounds and just continued to work his way forward. Got an extra yard or two.
One thing we've noticed about these Tigers is they are very elusive, they are very slippery, and they look for contact.
Makes it 2nd and 9.
And that's what makes a great high school football team, is when you don't veer away from contact. When you look for contact, you're not afraid to hit somebody or not afraid to get hit. It's what makes you dangerous.
Schmidt rolls. He has some space. Green in front of him, stays along the sideline before he steps out of bounds. Aiden Schmidt just short of the first down by a few yards. Schmidt saw open field and took it. Give him 6.
Versatility here being shown by the Tigers with Schmidt playing quarterback. Hay will slide in there. Now he's going to have Hay in the backfield.
Hand off to Hay, right side. Has the first down and more. Off his blocker. Cuts into space. It's a foot race. Hamper trying to run him down. And Hay is going to go all of the way. 58 yards. Kane Hay takes it to the house, and Galion extends the lead to 41-0.
The patience by Hay. He got through the hole. He waited on Sam Estep to come in, pick up the block in the second level, and he outran the Spartan defense.
Like you said, great job. Just put his hand on the blocker and played off of it. And then he saw the seam, and he hit it. It was a burst and a finish. Kick up. Kick is good. And that will take us to near the end of the third quarter here. 11 seconds to go. Galion leads Pleasant 42-0 thanks to the 58-yard touchdown run from sophomore Kane Hay. And the Tigers showing why they average almost 33 points a game.
And I tell you what, folks, we got about 35 of you out there on Facebook, about 70 of you out there on the YouTube. Do me a favor, especially my Facebook folks. Mark and I have a decision to make for an MVP. Give us some help. Throw us some names. Tell us who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. Shout us out here on the OH Report, and I promise you I'm looking at everything. We will shout you back out. But we can't talk to you if you don't talk to us.
So 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
But I will tell you this. We kind of talked about MVP. Kane Hay has the interception. And now the 58-yard touchdown run, he just put himself in the mix for that MVP conversation.
Final play of the third quarter. Fair caught again as the Tigers try to hit the pooch kick. So Pleasant will start the fourth quarter around the 44-yard line. We'll be back for fourth quarter action here from Pleasant. After 3, it's Galion 42, Pleasant 0.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
As fourth quarter gets underway with a handoff by Pleasant up the middle to number 20, Madden Queen.
Into the third quarter tradition here at Pleasant High School. Barbara Ann has played, the cheerleaders dance, the bandos, as they call themselves, take off the shirts and run through down the track with the flags, and then they make it a second trip by. Looks like they had a couple of the guys from the student section. But on the field, it has been all Galion here tonight. 11 minutes to go. Galion in complete control, 42-0. And the Tigers are showing why they are one of the favorites to come out of Region 14 in the playoffs this year. Tough region, of course, because of the team at the top, the 6-0, soon-to-be 7-0 Shelby Whippets.
As we got a first down and like a 30-second break, so we'll pull that up real quick and show you. Division 4, Region 14. Shelby sits atop with Lima Bath in second. The Galion Tigers sit at third with the Colts in fourth, but they're getting ready to take a loss to Shelby. Expect them to drop down. Cloverleaf, Napoleon, Bay, and Vermilion round out the top 8. And all you got to do is finish in the top 8 mark to get yourself a home playoff game.
Toss to the right side. Another positive gain there on first down by Blue Ball. So Will Blue Ball with a nice little carry there. Gains 5.
Some new guys out there on the field for the Tigers defensively. Let's see Isaiah Preston. I see number 24. That's Ramon Hawk. He's another one of those talented freshmen that you're going to want to look out for. Number 34 also on the field. That's Xavier Herblin, a junior.
Nice first down gain there, or gain enough for a first down by Blue Ball.
Nice to see some of these young guys getting some work, getting some reps in on the field.
$42-0 here. Clock continues to run. And it looks like the Tigers may have been offside, so the Pleasant Center just snapped the football. And that's what it was. Nice play there by Pleasant Center to snap that football and get the 5 yards for free. 8th penalty of the night on the Tigers. We have a little break here too.
Yeah.
Just, I know a lot of people out there that in our area that watch and Friday night football, and also big Ohio State fans. Just had one of those crazy encounters today. I'm walking out of Marion General Hospital this evening to come over here to the game, and I get in an elevator with a lady who, politely gets in, pushes the button, and door opens, and some guy sees my shirt and my hat and says OH, and I of course say IO, and we get out, we're walking down the hallway, and the lady turns and looks at me and says, "Are you a Buckeye fan?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm a Buckeye fan," and I worked at the stadium on Saturdays on game days for fun job, and she goes, "Well, my 2 grandsons play," and I'm thinking, of course, okay, when you think about 2 guys on that team, you're thinking Lorenzo and Sonny Styles, and I was like, "Oh," and she's like, the Styles was? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So proceed to talk to her for 5 to 10 minutes. What a wonderful lady. I told her to, obviously both those guys are great football players, but off the field, outstanding people, that they do so much in the community and giving back to the Columbus area. And I complimented her on that. And it just struck me, and you could tell that these guys have been raised right, because that's the first thing she said. She goes, I appreciate that. She goes, I know they've had football success, but the most important thing is the kind of people they are off the field. And it just resonated with me. So for all you Buckeye fans out there, I know we take a lot of pride on what that team does on Saturdays with the scoreboard and where they're ranked and stuff like that. But there's so many quality young men. It was just another perfect example of a very humble but proud grandma of 2 quality young men.
Well, and I think that's something that we've seen a lot more, especially even at the high school level. You know, again, this is week 7 for us. I want to say this might be the first time, Mark, we've been through 7 weeks of the football season. And I feel like we haven't interviewed the same guy yet. It's been a different guy week 1 through week 7. And we've talked to 7 different phenomenal young men. Very well spoken, well kept, and all about their teammates and their families.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The humbleness has been the thing that has struck me the most, and I really have appreciated giving credit to their teammates and their coaches and just being appreciative of the opportunity to get out there and play. And, you know, there's a lot of things out in this world and things that, you know, we look at and we may not disagree, we may not agree with, or we may, you know, whatever it may be, and problems and all these bad news stories and whatever. But there are so many outstanding people in this world and young people in these communities that we get the chance to cover. And we just really appreciate the job that a lot of these parents, grandparents, coaches, teachers, everybody's doing to help raise quality young men and women that we get to cover for the OH Report.
It's Pleasant looking to punch one in here before the end of the game.
Will Blue Ball with a nice carry.
Blue Ball having himself a really nice drive here in quarter number 4.
Just a little bit shy of the 4th down. 4th and a long 2 here for Pleasant. Ball resting on the 16-yard line of the Tigers. Equipment injury here.
Blue Ball having, I think that's Blue Ball, or is that 28?
It's Blue Ball that's having trouble with his shoe, so they'll bring Conway back in the game. Conway is short yardage back.
Yeah, and I mean, this whole drive has been ground and pound here since they got the ball back. I don't expect that to change. I expect 25 to get a carry.
Well, 4th and 2, the Tigers and their crowd wanting the shutout. The Spartans wanting to avoid the shutout. Tigers showing blitz. Handoff, Conway. He's not going to make it.
He is met in the backfield by Lachlan Buchter.
That shutout meant a lot to Galion. They brought everybody on the blitz, and there was just nowhere for Conway to go.
Lachlan Buchter, a sophomore DB, and they brought him on a blitz. He came untouched, and now the Tigers are going to be able to, I expect, run the clock out and pose another shutout. Their 3rd consecutive, as they shut out Ontario 2 weeks ago. They shut out Highland last week, and they're going to do the same thing to Pleasant here tonight.
The Tiger defense, I mean, you take away the 45 points they gave up to Shelby, and they've just been tremendous. Handoff comes to the right side of the field.
That's Hawk, I think, 24.
Preston Rowe.
Ramon Hawk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking at the Pleasant side. Yep. Ramon Hawk.
So, funny story. That's one of my kid's best friends. I've known that kid since he was in 4th grade. And he is also a phenomenal young man. But to see, it's kind of a shining moment thing to see some of these kids that I've known since they were young now getting to call their name on Friday Night Lights. It don't get no better.
It's pretty cool. Clock rolls under 4:40. Quarterback will keep it driven out of bounds.
It's Caden Dick.
Yeah, Caden Dick, 5'10", 144-pound sophomore.
Now, I see highlights all the time of this Galion JV team. Another team, I tell you what, you know, we see all these sophomores. Some of them don't play at the JV level. I get to see highlights of this team every week. And Caden Dick and Hawk on the JV squad have a special connection that we're going to get to look forward to in Galion for the next couple years.
Well, the Tigers are on their way to a special year this year. And a flag flies in late here.
I want to say it might be a hold on Galion.
With the point differential, the clock will continue to run here at Pleasant. Yeah, Tigers with the win tonight will move to 6-1 overall. 3-1 in the MOAC. They'll stay a game back behind Shelby. Of course, Shelby taking care of business against Clear Fork tonight. Looks like the Whippets are in great position to try to run the table.
Oh, it's going to be a face mask. As I'm going to try to get some updated scores. Shelby still 45-7.
Good pursuit by the Pleasant defense, but somehow he gets out of it. Oh, and a late tackle out of bounds. Another 15-yard penalty is going to be called. Back-to-back plays against the Spartans.
Yeah, not quite sure
on the
how
sideline and just
bottled up in the backfield. And I think we've seen that a couple times tonight, Mark, where the Pleasant defense has contained the edge. They've done their job, and these Tiger running backs just find a way to slip and move and spin and get out of it. They're trying to tell them to stop the clock again. Oh, they're going to discuss the penalty. That's why they're stopping the clock, to discuss it. But I don't think it should stop, should it? From my knowledge, it doesn't stop for penalties. It only stops for injuries and for timeouts.
Well, yeah, and it's been being stopped in between possessions and some other things that we've seen different in weeks past. But we'll let this officiating crew and everyone involved make the decisions tonight. We're just here to enjoy the show. And it has been a show if you are a Galion Tiger fan. Tigers, again, rolling 42-0 over the Pleasant Spartans.
That'll result in a Tiger first down, and now that they're walking this off, they should wind the clock immediately.
Well, we talked a little bit about this Galion defense, only giving up 10.8 points per game. They were second in the MOAC. You take those 45 points out of that defense that Shelby scored, and they have given up 20 points on the season. You think about that. In the other 6 games other than Shelby, 20 points.
Yeah, I mean, and it just goes to show you. Here's what it shows you, Mark. It shows you how good that Shelby offense is.
Absolutely.
I mean, we got to witness that firsthand last week, getting to see them play against River Valley. But we see this guy. This is our first time seeing Galion this year. It's our second time seeing Pleasant. And this Galion defense is just as good as that Shelby one. And I tell you what, looking at the region, I already pulled it up and showed you guys, we might have a Galion-Shelby rematch for a regional championship later on down the road.
That would be absolutely great for the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference if those two teams could advance, because that would be basically a repeat of MOAC
Ontario
action,
Shelby
because
last
year
year.
was Shelby Ontario, who met in the regional finals with the chance to continue on.
And I tell you what, you know, Mark, that just shows you how good the MOAC is at the football level. Clear Fork's even losing to Shelby tonight, Clear Fork's probably going to host a home game. Galion absolutely is going to host a home game. Shelby is going to be the 1 seed, which means they'll get a bye and then host a home game.
If things hold out, they still have to take care of business, that's for sure. And we know Friday nights, you never know what's going to happen.
Blake Chelsky now the ball carrier, a freshman.
And that will be the last play of the ball game, as the play clock and the game clock have a 1 second differential. So that will wrap this one up from the Tundra at Pleasant High School. Your final score tonight in Week 7, it is the Galion Tigers 42, the Pleasant Spartans 0. We will be back with our MVP and our post-game show. You've been watching MOAC football on Friday night, live and free on the OH Report.
being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Josh Banks back here with our Arcelor Middle MVP of the game. It's the sophomore for the Galion Tigers, Kane Hay. Number one, Kane, congratulations on your guys' third consecutive shutout.
Thank you.
So I got to ask you, you had a big rushing touchdown there in the second half, but I think the big play for you was the defensive interception there in the first half. What's it been like for you guys with the guys you lost last year to come together and now you're 6-1 and looking at a home playoff game down the road?
You know, we just been playing as a team. We did lose some. We lost about 3 guys last year that were good. One went out mid-season, and that's where I got my chance to play last year. But we just came together as a team. We had a couple moments at that Highland game and the Ontario game was just running our mouths a little bit. I mean, we came and showed up tonight that we don't have to. I mean, we just stuck to our keys, played together, and some scores.
So you guys now sit at 6-1. Coming into the night, you were number 3 in Division 4, Region 14. You guys are, as long as you keep rolling, you got Clear Fork coming up. You got a very good River Valley team on the offensive side of things next week. What's it going to take in practice to keep your focus and get ready and hopefully finish your season at 9-1?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot of focus, not get distracted. I know some of the team's records might not be as good as ours, but we still got to stay focused at practice and stay locked in. Maybe not goof around as much. I mean, we're having fun at practice, but just stay locked in and stick to our keys in the game and really, bind as a team.
You guys came in here tonight. You put up a 42-0 shutout. What's it mean for you as, you're a sophomore, you're one of the young guys, but you can tell that you're one of the leaders out there. What it mean to have those fellow young guys, some of that JV squad come in there, they give up some yards, they get that stand on the goal line. What's that mean to you to see your fellow classmates execute like that and prevent the shutout?
It means a lot. When you can go out on the field and you have some of your starters and then you can just look at some kid in your class and just tell him to be him and play, and then they make plays like Lachlan Butcher did. Shout out to him. He's played a lot in linebacker for backup and stuff. He's came in, made a big play on that goal line stop. Shout out to them boys.
All right, so that's all the questions I got for you, Kane. But what we're going to do now, the camera's looking at you, so you're going to shout out as many people as you want tonight before we let you go.
I shout out my defense, my mom, my dad, God, my brother, everybody on our offensive staff, our offense, our quarterback, getting us some balls, leading us. My little brother, Deacon, and yeah, that's it.
All right, that's our Arcelor Middle MVP, sophomore, wide receiver, defensive back for the Galion Tigers, Kane Hay. Again, congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
At American Homestead Exteriors, we're more than a business. We're a father-daughter team with a shared mission to protect and beautify the homes in our community. We believe your home deserves top quality service and products. From the first nail to the final walkthrough, we take pride in doing the job right. The first time, every time. Integrity, craftsmanship, and customer service aren't just words to us. They're the foundation of everything we do. American Homestead Exteriors. Strong, reliable exterior solutions. Built with pride, built for you.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Friday night football here at the Tundra at Pleasant High School. final score, Galion 42, Pleasant 0. The Tigers record their third consecutive shutout as they move to 6-1 overall and 3-1 in the MOAC, while the Spartans fall to 1-6 and 0-4. Let's take a quick look at our final stats on the Krista Smith Coldwell Banker post-game show.
Yeah, I mean, defense, again, we talked about it last week when we've seen Shelby play, and we're going to talk about it again tonight, as the Galion Tigers allow 106 yards of offense, but most of those came, we'll call it in garbage time, there at the end of the fourth quarter when both teams kind of had their JV squads in. That's when those 35 yards rushing came in for Pleasant, but that starting group didn't even allow 100 yards of offense tonight, and when you can do that, you're going to go a long way.
Well, and the big thing tonight was the big play strike ability of that Galion offense, and then the Galion defense and the forced negative plays. If my numbers are correct, unofficial, 17 plays for negative yardage, not counting penalties, just live ball negative yardage plays by the Galion defense on the Spartan offense. They were just in the backfield all night harassing Weston Schaefer and that running game from the Spartans.
As you see our next week's prepared matchups for Friday Night Football, Mark, you and I are going to be right back here for the Marion County rivalry when Harding comes to town. But a lot of good matchups on the slate for next week, as always, with the OH Report.
A lot of good matchups next week, as a lot of teams trying to work their way into position to make the playoffs or get a higher seed if at all possible. So that is week number 7. Wrap it up, put it in the books, and that is exactly what the Galion Tigers did. Galion rolls into Marion County and comes out of here with a 42-0 win over the Pleasant Spartans on homecoming. Special thanks to my buddy Josh Banks for being here with us tonight. I am Mark Bollinger. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you next Friday on the OH Report.